point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Greed clarifies, cuts through, and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit. Greed in all of its forms.
This information dropped yesterday, right around the time I just uploaded and I had real life issues to tend to. But I gotta say this, like, the gaming industry right now is such a dumpster fire that it's just mind-blowing. Companies are just so greedy and disingenuous. By now you already heard about the Power Armor canvas bag controversy. It's pretty much like Watergate at this point. If you haven't heard about it, you won't believe it. Because frankly, even I'm shocked by this. Originally, I didn't pick up on it because all of the YouTube videos I watched of people unboxing the stupid Power Armor helmet and showing off everything, they were so excited and happy to get it because I guess they were fanboys that they really didn't point out just how shit the bag was. So I assumed that the bag was what Bethesda told people they were getting, even though it was clearly cheap vinyl that was so thin you could see through it. You could point a flashlight at it, and it's like stealth camo from Metal Gear fucking Solid.
It's so big that they had to wrap it twice. Look at it! This is so cool. I mean, all the little details. Oh my god, it moves! Sounds on top, voice changer on the bottom. Oh, that's so cool. Pretty cool duffel bag. I mean, it's not the best material. I mean, you can pretty much see how see-through it is. But, you know, it works.
And plus, video game reviewers that were on like IGN or GameSpot or whatever didn't point out how shitty the bag was. So for someone like me who didn't order the special edition or any version of Fallout 76 and didn't care to look into it because I saw the price and thought this is a fucking ripoff, I didn't know any better. So I blame myself for not picking up on it. It turns out the bag was actually supposed to be canvas.
Oh my god.
Like a helmet bag you'd get with a motorcycle helmet. You know, something like a Bell helmet. Bell Star helmets come with like this nice bag. It's not canvas though, because that would scratch up your helmet. But it's a very nice duffel bag specifically for your helmet. In all honesty, it would be a good idea to have something like that for this helmet. But let's face it, that's not what happened. So one fan who made the mistake of pre-ordering this ridiculously overpriced helmet, who wasn't blinded by sheer fanboyism like many people on YouTube, reached out to Bethesda's help desk, which is pointless as we've seen with the way they handled refunds, about this controversy, as they say in England. The bag included with the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition isn't correct. The bag was advertised as being canvas, but it's clearly much cheaper nylon material that doesn't look at all like the bag in the promotional material for the collector's edition. What are you planning to do about this? Nothing. Go fuck yourself. That's the answer. Bill Burr was working for fucking Bethesda's help desk for the day. Bethesda help desk replies with, "Hello, we are sorry that you aren't happy with the bag. The bag shown in the media was a prototype and was too expensive to make. We aren't planning on doing anything about it. Bethesda Gear Store Support North America."
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's like the sort of response you get from a guy who was selling you a churro, but it wasn't good enough, you know? Yeah, you didn't like it. Too bad. Also too expensive to make. That translates to, if we gave the extra $1 to $5 to give you all canvas bags, it would have eaten too far in our profit margins. So we decided to switch to vinyl and not tell you. What surprises me is that Bethesda wasn't willing to pony up the extra money, because you know the materials had to be cheap as hell because everything's made in China or Taiwan. Let's fucking face it. They give some of these people a bowl of rice and a net outside a window, so when they try to commit suicide at the factory, the net catches them. Yes, that is a real thing. It used to happen at the Apple manufacturing plant. For those of you who didn't know, I'm not making a racist joke. That really happened. Instead of Bethesda doing what would have been a smarter move, some sort of transparency, they could have like put out a message. You know, they could have got in front of this before the shit came out and could have did a tweet You know, it's all they would have had to have done. Maybe release a statement. GameSpot and IGN would have called them heroes for it. Hello, vault dwellers. Bethesda help here. Unfortunately, we can't afford to give you a canvas bag, so we're switching to a nylon or vinyl alternative. It won't mirror that of the promotional photo. If you feel that this is unacceptable, feel free to cancel your pre-order. Here's the link. Thank you so much for understanding. Because the fanboys would have got it anyway. Then you could have let the people who were on the fence about it say, oh, well, if that's the case, I don't want it. Or they would have had heads up and said, well, at least they told me. What the fuck ever. I'll flip it on eBay for a nice bit of cash. You know something? They just decided, no, fuck off. They really just, Bethesda's Fallout 76 was such a huge, huge mistake from start to finish. Everything they did. But hey, you get a game case that doesn't come with a CD, and you get a glow-in-the-dark poster. Huh? Huh?
A map of the world that glows in the fucking dark. It's great. It's so cool.
I don't know how to explain it. It's actually kind of funny. I think that Fallout 76 actually burnt me out on making videos. I'm being honest. I really do think it did. I think it completely destroyed my motivation to continue doing this. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop. It just means that I'm at a point right now where I'm just kind of like, man.
Fallout 76 is taking people's wills to live. Jesus Christ. Bethesda's like that girl you were in love with and you dated for a while and she was awesome. And then one day she just flipped this script and you stayed in there for a year. You know, you went through her Fallout 4 period and you're like, well, maybe she's learned her lesson. She said she's sorry. She cares. And then she just Fallout 76's you in the relationship. And you're just like realizing how much she actually sucked over the period of time you were with her. And you're like, what the fuck was I doing? I was so stupid. And the most you could do is bitch about what an idiot she is to your friends. And some of them are like, see, I told you she was an idiot. And then the rest are like, why did you even stay in that long, you fucking dumbass? It was clear she was a bitch. And then your other friend is like, could we get over this already? For God's sakes, could we move on to new things? You're a broken record with this bitch. I'm in broken record mode. Because honest to God, I thought this was over. I genuinely in my heart thought that there would be no more dumb shit going on. But this is like a nuclear blast of stupidity. Now to finish this up, because I want this video to be under 10 minutes, hopefully, for the love of God, I can achieve that. Bethesda did respond to this horrible response the person got. There was, another Reddit post, discussions. Someone sent this to me. It said, Fallout 76 $200 Collector's Edition comes with a nylon bag instead of canvas. Someone writes, as you've expressed a desire for more open communication, maybe you'd like to comment on the Bethesda Game Studios, blah, 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 Reddit link. Bethesda Game Studios shows up and says, thank you for tagging us in this post. We're not sure if you've seen this make the rounds on various areas of the internet yet, but we've made an official statement about the issue and included below. The Bethesda store support member is a temporary contracted employee and not directly employed by Bethesda or Bethesda Game Studios. We apologize to the customer who took the time to reach out. The support response was incorrect and not in accordance with our conduct policies. Unfortunately, due to the unavailability of materials, we had to switch to nylon carrying cases for Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. We hope this doesn't prevent anyone from enjoying what we feel is our best collector's editions. Thanks again for tagging us and letting us know. Edit. We're working with our CS team, customer support, to provide 500 atoms to Power Armor Edition purchasers. Please visit our store article here that provides instructions on how to get in touch with them. Lord have mercy, 500 atoms. Such generosity. Bethesda truly cares. 500 atoms is $5. As I just said, most likely, it would have cost him an extra $5 to make this happen. There you go. You got your money back, but not in cash. You got it in atoms. Congratulations, right? Someone writes back, step 1, throw employee under the bus. Step 2, say the exact same fucking thing, but in a more diplomatic way and hope no one notices. Couldn't have said it better myself. And the real travesty of this whole thing is, if this is nylon or vinyl, it's going to go to shit in time. Give it like 10 years or more, someone's going to open a box and remember, oh, my Power Armor Edition Bethesda helmet. I remember getting this. Then they'll try and unzip the nylon. But the thing about these cheap materials is they corrode over time. Over the course of the years, like nylon, vinyl, pleather, you name it, that really cheap garbage starts to get this sort of sticky feel to it. It's weird as shit, and it's like the material kind of melts in on itself. I know, I have pants like this. Listen, I grew up with Van Halen and Diamond David Lee Roth. He who has not worn loud spandex-like pants cast the first stone. Like, for real. The material started to melt in on itself, and then like it would melt on my other clothes, and I'd have to peel it off, and then the shit would stick to it. One day someone's gonna open that bag and the vinyl's gonna rip the chrome paint off of this cheap ass helmet. From start to finish, this collector's edition is overpriced garbage, and I pity anyone who actually thought they were getting something good. And I am upset with myself for not digging further on this Power Armor story months ago, because everyone who got it that I watched talk about it was such a fanboy, I assumed this cheap piece of shit bag was part of the deal. Ah shit, I passed 10 minutes. You know what's the real irony here? 500 Atoms, as pointed out by Chris Livingston, can't even buy you the Fallout 76 Postman skin, which is actually just a asset flip from Fallout 4. The Postman skin is 700 credits, and ironically has a real canvas bag for the character. That's just slight poetic justice, is it not? Probably isn't. I probably got that wrong. You know what? Let's just get the hell out of here. I was going to talk about how there is a possibility that Bethesda won't be sued by that law firm because Fallout 76 is licensed to you if you downloaded the bullshit in the terms of service in America. Since it's licensed to us, Bethesda is not legally obligated to refund anyone. Ah, boy. I swear the government does more to protect companies than they do people, if you ask me. Listen, I'm out of here. I wanted to make this real quick. You know the whole spiel. I can't ask anyone to give more of a shit than me in the age of apathy. And if there was ever a point where that sentiment was true, Fallout 76 is proof of it. If you'd forgive me for speaking a little longer, in all honesty, I would hope Bethesda would learn something from this. But the stark reality is they probably won't. As they've already said, they're going to continue using this buggy creation engine for Elder Scrolls and... oh my god, this engine is so trash. For Elder Scrolls and Starfield. It just shows where the thought process is. Even with the way they've handled refunds, the way they've handled the customer support for this horrible travesty that is the cheaply made, as always, special edition. Every special edition of a game is cheaply made, if you don't know. It just shows that Bethesda is more worried about profits and shareholders. And I know Bethesda is a privately owned company. That's why they do release some of the games they do. But on the other hand, it's still about money. You've just seen now the average consumer has finally gotten a real taste of Bethesda. This is what many of us in the modding community have felt for a while, as soon as like the Creation Club became a reality. As soon as Bethesda tried the first time with Steam to launch expensively paid mods on the Steam Workshop for Skyrim, it was evidently clear where their mindset was. They had made the shift. You know, you can forgive a shitty engine if the game is good, if the game is engrossing, immersive, if there's mod support like there is with the Bethesda community. Frankly, the only reason to touch a Bethesda game is modders. And at this point, they have really screwed the pooch, as they say. They have lost the faith of many, many Fallout fans. And the only ones that will support them are the blind fanboys. But there aren't enough blind fanboys to support the weight of a AAA IP. At least in my opinion.